Shalom and good morning. It is Sunday, July the 4th. Happy Independence Day. We're not very independent or free today, unfortunately, in this country, but we won't get into that. So we are getting ready to do a garden walkthrough. There's a couple things I want to show you that are new. Mostly we just have some produce that's starting to turn, so I'm happy about that. And I did get a call back from somebody who's gonna possibly take these trees down from the Botetourt place. So I will be I think he's coming by Monday or Tuesday to have a look and give us an estimate. I'll be happy to have these things down because they've already dropped 2 limbs this week. Actually this weekend they've dropped 2 limbs. They were pretty large in size. So let's get along with the garden tour. So this one right here is trying to make it. So I'm gonna give it this is the rosemary that I removed from the front, and rosemary does not like its roots disturbed. So this one is trying to make it. It has a couple good things that are starting to turn green again. And so I'm going to give it a good haircut this week and see what happens. This one I'm going to remove. I have one in my kitchen window that is has put on some good strong roots. So I'm going to transplant it in that pot. The pomegranate hasn't really grown much. And you'll notice some of the maple trees gone. That's because Todd is doing a bonsai with them. Look at Hightower. Isn't he beautiful? He just put on some branches this year, and look at that. That's so pretty. We'll be harvesting some of that lettuce later. Probably in about a week or so. So putting this in the shade is actually helping them keep from bolting, except for these, which are the Galilee spinach. They bolted really fast. As soon as they grew up, they bolted. But the rest of them are good, and we've actually harvested actually quite a bit off of these. This is the amaranth spinach, and it is so good. We've actually harvested some of this for our smoothies. And this is arugula, which Todd was not very happy about. Don't grow that again, he said. It has a very strong bitter taste. So these guys are still hanging in there. A little worse for wear, but they're making it. Look at all those tomatoes. I mean, how awesome is that? Looks like a couple of them are starting to blush. We've actually already harvested some of the small tomatoes. These right here, which are ready to harvest today. Look at this sunflower. I don't even remember which one it is. I harvested some peppers already. These are the sweet bell peppers. They haven't been ripe. We've harvested them because they had bug damage or sunburnt. So we did harvest them to keep them from going bad. And I'm actually going to go ahead and harvest some of these on video because I'm out here. Oops. Now, as long as it has a blush, it will ripen. I have big pockets. I don't have a basket out with me this morning. Good thing about linen shorts that I have they have large pockets. Look at this. How beautiful are those? Now, I do have issues with the birds pecking into my tomatoes. I have lost 2 of my black creme, and I'm not sure how many of those I'm going to get because those plants are struggling. But I've lost 2 of those already this year from the birds pecking them. And I don't know why they're doing it, because we provided them some water. They're just greedy. Look at all those tomatoes though. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. This is the biggest garden we've had to date, my husband and I. Not the biggest one I've worked as a child, but this is the biggest one we've had together. And that's because this 20-foot bed right here is new. And all 4 of these are also new. So this is our largest garden space to date, although it's really not quite large enough. So we will, I'm really looking forward to having a lot larger garden space in the future, yeah, willing. So let's continue with the garden. These peppers we started by seed a little over a month ago, and they have caught up with the ones that we bought from I believe Lowe's. I believe we got these from Lowe's. Now, you can't always believe packages. These are supposed to be pole beans. Maybe they're going to start polling. I don't know. They have not yet. I had to put these panels right here to keep them off of the peppers right here, because they're just bushing out and they're not supposed to be bush beans. So we are getting some beans right here. These are the yard long, these are the yard long, also called asparagus beans. I have purple and I also have green. So those will be harvesting soon, and I'll probably use those in a stir fry. I have some snow peas that are coming up. I'm actually eating a couple of those off of the vine, because why not? So this is my black creme, and as you can tell, it is really struggling, like dead. And I mean, this branch right here is dead. The bottom looks bad. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest these because it's not soft at all. I might wait. I will get this one because the birds, I've had 2 of those and been able to harvest none of them because the birds have been picking them. Our poblanos are really growing. Look at those. I had to rescue this tomato. This tomato right here, I had to rescue because he was lodged right in here. And the groove right there, that groove right there was stuck. This metal was stuck in there. So I'm gonna have to be a little more careful to make sure that they're not getting stuck in. we have rot. These also are ones that we planted from seed. This one is not. This is a hot banana pepper. We have not gotten any peppers off of it, but another one we bought at the same time. We've already harvested 4 or 5 that were like 6 inches or longer. These are the Santa Fe Grande, and they have quite a few peppers on them. Never tried this one before, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, all of these, except for those, were started by seed after a little over a month ago, I believe. And these also were started with seed. That's why they're shorter than the others, but they are catching up. And this, excuse me, had a squash bug I had to kill. I'm getting about 2 to 4 squash bugs off of this thing every day, sometimes twice a day. And every now and then I'll get a leaf that has the eggs on it. So right now I'm just looking for squash bugs or their eggs. I do have some ants on this. There are some small aphids, just a little bit, but it's not harming the health. It's not messing with the health of the plant, so I will allow them to continue. I do have some baby ladybugs that are coming into the garden to take care of the aphids, so it's not a massive problem. But look at the size of this thing. This thing is bigger than my hand now. And then there's one here that also is, sorry, the sun is messing with the camera. Let me get it from the other side. Okay, so there is one here that is really large. And there's one right there that's starting. And I do, hello Mr. Bumblebee. There's one right there, and then that was the first one I got. And so I do have some bags coming, the net bags, for them to support them, to keep them from breaking off the vine. I also have baby watermelons. Y'all, I'm so excited. I have never grown watermelons before, so not even as a kid, we did not grow watermelons. That was not one of our things. We would eat them, but we would not grow them. I'm not sure why we didn't grow watermelons. Probably because they just sprawl out and take up a lot of space. We did grow squash and zucchini because we would eat that all the time. We did not dedicate garden space to watermelons, so this is new to me. We also did not grow cantaloupes. Not to my knowledge, anyway. It's possible it could have happened. I just don't remember. So this is, look how wild that bed is. We have been harvesting. If you've never seen a peppercini that's starting to ripen, look at that. They ripen to red. And you know, peppercinis that you get in the store that are canned and pickled, they're not ripe. So when they're ripe, they have a slight sweetness, and my voice is echoing. They have a slight sweetness and heat that is, you won't find in the canned ones. So the peppercinis are way outgrowing the jalapenos. But we have the sun is on this side most of the day, so they'll be okay. They're not going to get shrouded in darkness, like my Kajari melons. I'm hoping that's the only reason the Kajari melons are struggling. There's no bug pressure on those. They're just not happy campers where they're at. We have some wilts right here. This one, that whole plant is coming out. It only had a couple, well, and look, it's got, yeah, where's it at? It has some rot on it. So that whole plant's coming out, and it is not going in the compost. All the rest of these tomatoes look really gorgeous. I mean, you can't see it, but look at that. Loaded with tomatoes. So at least they'll be easy to harvest right there. I just won't be able to see them. I'll have to bend down to look at them. These have some pretty large peppers on them already. You can see that. I believe these are the Anaheims. No, those are Cubanelles. Yeah, those are the Cubanelles, not Anaheims. If you remember, for the longest time, my cucumbers struggled. I mean, they just struggled, and were not like this big for months. For about 2 months, literally. Look at them now. Look at this. I've had to tie them up. They don't like this support system because they can't just readily grab it and climb up. But look at this. They're really taking off. This week they've grown about a foot. Last week they grew about a foot. So that is really cool. I actually had to cut one off right here because it was damaged. Oh, look at you. But look at that. They have a lot of blooms on them. They do have some, where did I see them? Bugs. Where did I see them? Oh, it may have, oh yeah, there were some, look, they're there. There are some baby, there are some baby cucumbers on this plant. We have not got any that are harvest size yet. Or anywhere near harvest size. I guess because the plants just took so long before they took off. But, yeah. So this is the cayenne bed. We haven't harvested any off of it yet. But I mean, look at this. That's so funny. There are some very fat cayennes on here, so I'm not sure when they're going to start turning. Probably in about 2 weeks or so, we'll see them start turning. This is the black radish. These are the seed pods. I actually like the seed pods better than the radish. I'm just saying. So if I grow those in the future, I might just grow them for the seed pods. But they have a lot on them. This is the habanero bed, and as you can see, tons and tons of blooms, and tons of peppers. So when these start to bloom, when they start to ripen, we'll see a blaze of orange in this bed because there are tons of habaneros in this bed. These are the purple jalapenos. We are so making space for these in our garden next year. They are sweet and hot and purple, and Kelsey absolutely loves that. But they ripen to purple. They were supposed to be chili reds. These are not chili reds. I'm sorry, y'all. The Bonnie is not very good at keeping their seeds straight, because those are supposed to be Bonnie plants, right? The two of them, those are not chili reds. And this is our onion bed. We're still working on it. We got another sinkhole right there. We're still working on harvesting them. We were supposed to harvest some this week when we went and got groceries, but forgot to, so we'll do that. And then I like to get, once we do, I like to go ahead and plant it back up with some onions again, because I actually love this onion bed. Anyway, so this right here is absolutely lovely. No blooms yet except for the lavender, but this is what we do with the leaves that have the seeds on the eggs. So if they hatch out, they'll drown, but typically the birds will eat them when they come to take a bath. We just put these in there last night. These tomatoes right here are struggling. Every single tomato that I've had on here so far, except for the ones that are on there now, have had blossom end rot. Yeah, and these are determinate, so I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with these. We pulled them away from the bed in hopes that that will help the air circulation and maybe that'll prevent the rotting, because I don't know that I agree with the calcium deficiency part, because these do have good soil. So I'm not sure that I agree with the calcium deficiency causing the blossom end rot, because we do have good soil in there, so they should be able to uptake the nutrients. I'm thinking because they're so bushy that against the bed they were having issues with air circulation, and that was causing the rotting, because since I pulled them out, look, no blossom end rot, and there are beautiful, beautiful tomatoes. So just keep that in mind, that just because somebody says blossom end rot is caused by lack of calcium, it could be something else. But the whole bottom side of the tomato is rotted. But now look at that. That is beautiful on both of the plants. Beautiful, beautiful tomatoes that are finally growing. But the plant does still have some sickly looking. We'll see what happens. Sometimes in the garden, you just have to experiment. It is the way it is, because sometimes the wisdom that's available is not necessarily true, or not necessarily true in your situation. So sometimes you just have to experiment and see what happens. Just like pulling those containers away from the bed increased the air circulation and has stopped the rotting on the end of the tomatoes. So experiment. So this is my lemon balm. Look at that. I really want to harvest some of these soon. And this bird bath is empty because it got turned over. The stakes that were holding it underneath got pulled loose. I think a heavy bird landed on it when it was full of water, and it got turned over onto this lily. This is the pineapple mint. They're so pretty. I haven't harvested any off of it yet either. I'm letting it get a little larger. And then we have some wood sorrel that's taking over with the... I can't remember. I think these are lilies too. There's some wood sorrel with the pods. These taste like lemon. Very tart. I can't remember what these are. These are dahlias, I believe. I have no idea. I'll have to look back at my records. And this one is the same age as this one, and this one has taken off more than this one. Isn't that crazy? We have edible landscaping around the house. Lovely idea if you have limited space. You can, and it looks really pretty. We have blueberry trees planted all around 2 sides of the house, and they look really pretty as landscape. And it's edible. We have been harvesting blueberries like crazy. At least a pint, at least half a pint a day, sometimes more than that, depending on the size of blueberries, I believe. But if you have limited space, consider using the space that you have and using the edible landscaping to increase what you're able to grow for food in the limited space that you have, because it really does work. So back here, and this is our compost. It's ready to turn. We haven't turned it yet. It's ready to give it a little foot flip. I've been layering with browns and grass and food scraps, and for a couple weeks. Look at this. These right here have thorns when they get larger, and those things hurt. They spread by the root. And my seed, look. This one's, look, it's already getting thorns on it. Do you see that? As soon as it gets a little larger, it starts getting the thorns. And those hurt. These are coming from, look, see, there's the root right there that it was attached to. There, look. I still didn't get the root, because these guys had a big tree right here, and so that's where these are coming from. But I'm just plucking them out because those thorns are very painful. They're large and painful. I don't know what kind of tree it is, but they don't have room in my yard for them to grow. So those right there we're not wanting to pull up. And what they're doing, because they cut that down on that side and sprayed it, they're trying to spread out by the root over here. So those that I could not pull out, the root was too deep. I'm going to put a box over to kill it, because it worked behind that. There was one growing right there that was too large, and so that worked. But those trees are sneaking in. Look at here. I had a couple sneaking in right there between my planters. I need to move those and weed eat around them. I don't know what that is. Got a nice root on it though. I'm just looking for some more of those, I don't know what they're called. I call them thorn trees. Nothing over here. This rose surprised me. It started blooming this week and I actually plucked one off. It doesn't have much of a smell. Very disappointing. And it's not mint colored like it's supposed to be. Surprise, surprise. The figs on there. They still look good. So maybe we'll have figs this year. We'll see. So that'll do it for the tour today. Yahuah bless you and keep you and give you shalom. Until next time. Yah bless.